everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where my goal is to help you spend your wine dollars wisely. I hope I have the right height here. I'm like looking at this camera going, I think it'll be okay. It'll be okay this time. You don't need to see the whole head, top of my head. Maybe. Well, I'm struggling with my video card on my computer. I have to get a new computer, so bear with me. The videos haven't been as frequent. Maybe some of you are happy about that. I hope not. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I hope you're learning from them. I hope you are able to spend your money wisely on wine. I hope you're starting to trust my palate, and I'm able to lead you away from expensive wines that aren't worth the money, or even cheap wines that aren't worth the money. I mean, it goes both ways. We all know that. Or maybe if you are going to spend money on an expensive wine, I can help you to see that it might be worth the money you spend on it. Had a great video, just put out episode 290. Yes, let me look. I wrote it down because I never seem to do this. It's so weird. Yes, episode 290, interviewed Kelsey Green Drinks. Nothing to do with her last name, as you'll see in the video, but really cool group of people that get together. Has to do with conservation, sustainable farming, all that sort of thing. And it was a great interview, and we reviewed 3 wines. She was a little reticent to actually review the wines, but it went well. I liked that interview. But I'm excited about this one. I had to do this one now, and I will load it up in a couple of days onto YouTube. But Steele Winery, Jed Steele. I love Jed. Great guy, makes great wines. He's got the nice touch. He was the original winemaker for Kendall Jackson, of course. Took that Chardonnay and just shot it to the moon. I mean, amazing how many cases of that Chardonnay eventually were produced. And then Jed went off on his own, and the rest is history. He started Steele Wines, great wines. He's done a couple of things recently that are kind of interesting. He did a Scarlet Red that has been really cranking at the store. Just noticed my glass. That's okay. Sorry. Did a really cool thing, Scarlet Red, non-vintage red wine, blending his juice together and coming out with this great little package. $11, nice wine, and it's been doing well at the store. And so are all his other wines. His Red Hill Cab, all his wines do well at the store. But now he's done this other line with his son Quincy. It is called, if I can, funky label, Calvino Jones Lake County Red Wine. And I have a blend here and 2 Cabernet Sauvignons, all rolling in at $11. So I'm very excited to try these wines. This is a new project that Quincy and Jed, Quincy's Jed's son, have come together. The labels are all about Quincy. It have to be. Jed tends to be more classic label. I know Quincy likes to get a little bit funky, which is okay. He's younger, and I love Quincy. He's a good guy too. So very excited to try these wines. Anything else going on? Somebody just told me how many days left until football season starts. Excited about the Seahawks, of course. I think they might be in the Super Bowl this year. I really do. Pete Carroll said that Rawls is going to be back, that Jimmy Graham's going to be back for the first game of the season. They did some nice drafting. We'll see how it turns out. You never know. Any given Sunday. Kind of bummed that Andy Murray lost to Djokovic. I mean, I like Djokovic. Great respect for the guy, but I like Andy Murray a lot. I was kind of sad to see that, but I was very happy to see the Spaniard, can't say her name, beat Serena Williams. Now, Serena's had her day. Now it's time for somebody else to kind of take over. Okay, enough of sports. I know you guys don't want to hear sports. You're here to hear about the wine. So let's get started with these are funky labels. I got to show you the label before I start, because these are funky. I'm not even going to try to read all the information on these. Look at that crazy stuff. Okay, enough of that. All right. Calvino Jones Lake County red wine, and he does all this bizarre stuff that doesn't even equal 100%. Petite Syrah, Malbec, Cab, Mourvedre, Pinot Noir, Merlot, Zinfandel. I mean, you get the idea. I mean, this is a kitchen sink blend for sure. So let's give it a little rinse. $11. All of them. Line price. That's what we, in the nomenclature of the grocery store, we call it line price. They're all the same retail price. So let's see what we get on the nose. Kitchen sink red, $11. Calvino Jones. I get a little licorice right off the bat, a little bit of plum notes coming through. Little red flowers like violets. Those are more. I know they're more purple, but I get the idea. Kind of purple flower, red flower thing going on. By the way, if you want to make a comment, I'm curious how you feel about the garage. I had a couple guys say this is really cool. I think it's really nice. Blue collar guy doing it in the garage. Doing it in the garage. Filming in the garage. Filming in the garage. Yeah, I like the licorice, plum, get a little bit of red flowers, purple flowers, and get a little bit of cherry coming through. I'm even getting a skosh of like, it's not quite bubble gum. It's not bubble gum, but it's close. Kind of like the nose on this. Kind of excited. We always get, us wine guys, we love, like the Scarlet came out, $11, stuff smokes, really good wine. I think it was my pick of the month at some point, a little while ago. There's a candied element coming through, that's what I'm getting. It's kind of a candy, like candied blackberry, candied cherry. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now, before I even get started with the descriptors, I'm just telling you right now, this is a pretty interesting wine for $11. Like right now, on the back of my palate, I get like white and black pepper all day. Now, for those of you who have watched 290 episodes, this is 291, you know I like spice. I love it. As long as it doesn't get too out of whack, like with anything. But this has really nice spiciness on the finish. First and foremost, that's what I want to say. Let's get into the rest of the wine. Interesting, in the light, I got a little bit of sunlight coming through the windows. It's not super dark, but it's not super light either. First off, this wine does not come across as super complex, but it does have complexity, which I like. I got currants, blackberries, a little bit of plum coming through. Interesting tobacco notes. They're not super strong, but they're there with a little bit of leather coming through. There's a lot of stuff going on for the price. I'm not saying super complex. I mean, this is all like, when we say super complex, you got this layer, that layer, that layer. They kind of like seep through the wine. This kind of goes a couple of layers, but it's very interesting. And I love the spiciness of this wine a lot. A lot. A little light on the finish. I wouldn't expect like an intense finish for $11. If you can find that, great. Knock yourself out. Buy a bunch of it. But this is what I would expect for $11. But it's also got a lot more in terms of the mid-palate, front, for $11. I think this is a good play. I think they did an excellent job blending this wine. I mean, the amounts of grapes in this is redunculous. I wonder how long it took them to blend this. Very curious. I've been in on blending sessions to have these, to have these different percentages just thrown in like that. I know they didn't just throw them in, but I mean, they had to do a lot of different compositions to come up with this blend to decide, well, this is the one. The tannins are soft. It's pretty smooth. Just a touch of grip on the back end. A little bit. $11. You guys should be looking for this wine. If you just want a nice little quaffing red wine, go with burgers, pizza. In fact, I'm going to cook up a pizza tonight and have this with it. That spiciness would be perfect with that. I'm going to go BB plus for the price. Now, you got to understand, this grade is based on quality to price ratio. This is good quality wine for the money. I'm going to go B plus. I'm going to be B plus. Probably closer to B, but that's good. Way above average. I mean, B students. I don't know how many kids or parents wouldn't be happy with their kids if they got Bs. Straight Bs would be awesome. That's a B wine. Love it. Let's move on. Good job, guys. Good job. Calvino Jones, Pomo Ranch, Long Valley, Lake County, 2012 Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, I don't think I said the vintage on this one. It's hard to read it. Like I said, this was a 2010. Wow, 10. 12 Cab. 10. You know what that tells me? I went down to see Steele Wine. I mean, amazing place. I mean, just really, you feel really comfortable there. Great group of people. I mean, great group of guys in that winery. But there's a lot of barrels of juice there. And I think what Jed has done is taken some of his 10. Sorry, guys. And he blended them. And he's coming out with this wine. Good job. Instead of selling it to Fred Franzia. So this is their cab, Pomo Ranch, 2012. Let's see what we get on the nose. Little alcohol burn, kind of burn the nostrils. I don't even want to attempt. Stay. It's got so much stuff on the label. It's a cool label. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if I can find it. I've had trouble with it. Oh, here we go. There might be there. Bear with me. No. Okay, forget it. I'm not. Anyway, just an alcohol burn on the nose. Very clear color. Currants and chocolate, definitely. Now, I know these haven't been decanted, okay? I've opened them. They've been open for about 5 hours. And you can't get much going on 5 hours. I probably should have dumped some out. Sorry, Jed. Didn't do it. But they've been open for 5 hours. Definitely chocolate. Definitely currants. A little bit of cherry pie action. Definitely some tobacco coming through. Those are all great aromatics for a cab. Let's see what we get on the palate. Okay, let's be honest here. True cab lover looking for and now, to be fair, there isn't as many true cab lovers out there as there used to be. A lot of you, a lot of us have gone towards the fruit side, that's okay, are going to love this cab. You're gonna rock this cab. You're going to take it home. You're going to love it. You're going to kiss it. You're going to drink it. You're going to have fun with it. It's a great cab for that reason. Kind of simple, very fruity. Let's be honest. That's what it is. And it also has a little kind of white peppery, black peppery finish on it. This is like that person you like to hang out with. You know, you're not serious. You don't have a serious relationship. You just like to hang out, have fun, do whatever you do. Nothing serious. You go home, you know, it's kind of forgotten, but you still remember the niceness of it and the fact that you'd like to hang out with them again. That's what this cab is. Simple, delicious, fruit-forward cab. It's got a little cherry currant thing going on. Somewhat thin finish, but the spices help. So the fruit is thin, but the spiciness kind of kicks it up just a few steps. Now, for me, I would pass on this wine. I think but I also know there's a lot of you that'll like it. I have a lot of cabs in this price range. This would rock because it's $10.99, $11, whatever they sell it for at retail. And you're just gonna have fun with it. This too is a pizza, burger, hot dog wine. This is kicking back on a cooler summer night and just enjoying a bottle cab, watching whatever you watch on TV, or hanging out with friends, or doing whatever you do. That's what this wine is. Cool label, like the label. Wine is, nyeh, for me, nyeh. It's okay. I like the red blend a lot better. I'm gonna go C+, B-. I think I'm gonna go C+, solid C+, maybe creep it into the B-. Not super excited about this, but you know, it's $11. It's a cab. Yeah. There you go. Let's move on. I like the red blend a lot more than that one. This is O.R. Vineyard, Red Hills, AVA, up in Lake County. 2012 Cabernet Sauvignon. And this is a Calvino Jones. You know, excuse me, I'm a little rusty here, but let's show you the label for the cab real quick. I mean, you can't get all the detail on this. There's no way. But fun label. I think this cab would be a fun wine just to hang out. I don't say fun, Gabe. I don't want to hear anything about that word fun. But, you know, just to be a wine you can hang out with your friends. Like I said, eat pizza, do whatever you do, and enjoy it, and not think about it. It's $11. Knock yourself out. Let's try the Red Hills cab. Now, Jed has a Red Hills cab that I just adore. Of course, it's more expensive than this. I think it runs at about $20 a bottle or more, depending on where you buy it. So, these labels are wild. Just a point of conversation, just these labels. Look at that. Craziness. $11. Put olive oil in it after you're done, whatever. It's a fun thing to have around the house. Alright, let's see what we get on the nose with the Red Hills version, of the cab. Oh, get a little menthol on this one. This is a more interesting nose. A little tobacco, a little currant coming through. Get a little rose petal. Now this is much more exciting for the aromatics than the last one. Just being honest here. Doesn't burn as much as the first one did. Get a little licorice coming through. Tobacco, if I haven't said that already. Alright, light the nose on this. Let's see what we get on the palate. This is a little hot, but not over the top. It's okay. I think it doesn't go too far on the hot side. I'm not even going to look for the stupid alcohol content. I can't hardly read the label. Just saying. But more depth to this wine, more structure, more layers to this wine. This is a more serious version of a Cabernet Sauvignon than its brother or sister, whatever you want to call it. Cousin. Let's go cousin. It's got tobacco, it's got currants, it's got a little depth to it, it's got a good mid palate, fairly strong. A little bit of white pepper on the finish. There's a lot about this I like. It's got this a rose petal, like you rub rose petals into a leather saddle sort of thing going on the palate, which I think is really cool. A little bit of grip on the finish. I like the Red Hill Evier. I don't know Pomo. I might have actually toured that vineyard with Jed. I can't remember. My mind isn't working that well right now. Well, my mind doesn't remember. Let's just say I don't. Why don't we get into this tirade? I just don't remember visiting that vineyard, but I might have. Let's put it there. I'm sure Jed will tell me whether or not I did. Either way, this Red Hills Cab is a lot better than the Pomo. Just saying. I like the leather aspect that hits on the mid palate. Good flow across the palate. Nice little grippiness at the finish. Pretty cool wine for the money. I give this a C+. I'm going to go B, straight up B on this one. Good wine. It's, might be a little too fruity for some people. I don't think it's over the top fruity. I think it has nice balance, good structure. I like it. Boom, boom. Big time. I love them. This one, I think a lot of you that are just breaking into wine might like this Calvino Jones Pomo Ranch. I wonder if that's that ranch that had the steep hills and all that with the dogs, and we oversaw the lake. Might be that one. I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, not bad for $11. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.